From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert weather.
Hey, welcome along. We're looking at some of the mountains up through here. Can you guess this spot? Well, it says right up here, doesn't it? Sorry. Okay, so here's Ketchum down through here. Here's Sun Valley out here in the distance. Of course, Elkhorn is back over in here, but you're taking a look at one of the runs that's coming down from the Roundhouse, coming down Sun Valley. Of course, we're still thinking winter, right? It's pretty warm up through there as you take a look at the Sun Valley Summit camera, but a very special picture out into the distance. Let's talk about weekend forecasts for some of the resort areas here in the state. First of all, we'll start with Stanley, where the temperature for Saturday will be up to 78 degrees. There is a chance of seeing a thunderstorm on Saturday, both in the morning and later in the afternoon, but it's not something that's going to take up most of the day. And in most of these locations that I'm talking about, I just want to let you know that on Saturday, especially if you're going to be, of course, spending the night outside or whatever the case may be, watch for some of these thunderstorms. They could become very dangerous if they're in the area. Find a sturdy building if you can. Sunday, 85 degrees will be the high and it'll be sunny. Once you know the day of going home, that's the best day of the two. But you notice these temperatures. Here's the high for Sun Valley at 77 on Saturday. Imagine what that would be like. Low temperature down to 48, 45 for Sunday for the low, and then the high temperature of 83 degrees. I believe Stanley's down below 40. For early Sunday morning. If you look at McCall, 79, low temperature 54, 46 for Sunday morning, which is still chilly. 87 degrees for the high temperature on Sunday afternoon. That's because the temperatures are going to start warming up. But keep in mind, still a chance of a thunderstorm isolated in some locations for Saturday afternoon. Now here in the valley, here's the Boise forecast and the timeline for tonight. If you're outside, you're going to see a few clouds. I think it's basically on the dry side. Eastward toward Mountain Home, you might see a few sprinkles, but west through Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell, Ontario, basically stays dry. Boise is kind of the center spot. And look at the temperature tomorrow morning, dropping down into some of those 60s. And then in the afternoon, the high temperature gets up to about a 91 for tomorrow. So this 97 so far for today, and at the top of the hour, 5 o'clock, we'll check it again, see if it gets warmer. Average is 94 degrees. And this is the first measurable precipitation we've had since June the 12th, which is only 1/100th of an inch. From June the 12th on, all we've had was just traces, but of course we had quite a bit of precipitation for the springtime. Now, temperatures across the country, watching Dallas, they were 104 yesterday. I think they're still complaining about that. It's pretty hot through there. Humidity is about 40% there throughout the Texas area. As you look at our latest satellite, just watch here around Twin Falls. There were a few showers and thunderstorms earlier. There's a few just to your southwest, but I think they're starting to break up pretty much at this point. Drier and a little bit cooler air. That's what's coming in for tomorrow. So as you take a look at the futurecast, you'll see there's just a few sprinkles tonight out toward Mountain Home, but really nothing for Boise. And just watch Twin Falls. There could still be some showers for this evening. As you look at the high tomorrow, Boise, it's down to a 91. Down to a 90 on Saturday. Enjoy that. Lows into the 60s, 61 for Sunday morning. And then we have a couple of hot days for Monday and Tuesday, but I believe the temperature is going to break probably the mid-90s as we get toward the end of next week, okay? Have a good time.